And welcome back to the special series of Positive Vibrations Master Clips here at Neutral Sound Studio. The next part we'll be discussing is the preparing the mix and effects. Once editing is finished, it's on to the final phase of mixing the track. What's the first step?
To me, the first step is just getting a balance between all of the individual components that sounds good before I start doing, anything else to it. So we can kind of bring up some of the stuff. I'll start off, since we're doing that 60s vibe, the overhead mic is sort of giving us the majority of the drums. And so we can start with that. And if we need to bring in more, we can. As you can hear, I sort of added a little bit of delay. Hear that tail? That's the delay working. And that sort of just gives things just a little bit more of a dimensionality, like a 3D thing, so it doesn't sound so flat and stiff. Maybe bring that down a little bit. And then I can bring up the bass. So we've got a pretty cool, old school thing happening here with the drums and bass. And so maybe now I'll bring in the kick mic and just see if we can add a little bit more punch to the kick drum. Yeah. So now we've got a pretty good drum, bass, and kick thing going. So now we can start bringing in our other colors, which are the guitar and the organ. We also recorded this spring reverb to sort of give it that 60s feel. And so let's hear how that sounds with just the drums. Yeah. Really, it's like, if you just have mics that are close up on everything, you get a really flat picture. It doesn't sound very polished, or it doesn't sound like you're actually there. It sounds like a digital mess. And so adding things like delay and reverbs just sort of bring things to life a little bit more. From without that, it sounds like this. Sort of stale, But the cool thing with mixing is you're at the beginning, you're balancing your levels because you want to hear certain things, certain instruments, at various points where they're doing whatever the exciting thing is. Kind of like how a painter uses different techniques to sort of lead your eye around the painting, how they want you to look at things. Mm-hmm. You're sort of doing the same thing with audio. And then with the effects, you're sort of creating the world that the song lives in, depending on what type of reverb or what type of delay you use or how much of something. You're sort of just setting up the world that the track can live in, so that it sounds like it was recorded, like you're there. Right. It doesn't just sound like it was a bunch of microphones stuck on things, But I think that's really just sort of the first part of mixing, is just getting the balance and defining what that world is and sounds like. So